I mean, yeah, I mean, just rip those labels off, and maybe one day we can get to a place where we go to a grocery store and we have like, I don't know, there's some pork chops, and it just says pork chops. That's it. It doesn't say like humanely raised, no antibiotics or no hormones or anything. It just says good old pork chops. That's it. That'd be easier for the consumer. I mean, they wouldn't have to worry about what they're eating. There would be so much misinformation and other crap out there. I mean, it'd just be simple. Maybe like the olden times, I guess.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't live in that world because,
Yep.
we have people who want to utilize trends as a way of marketing, and there's not really a whole lot of control. So, like a good example is the word heritage. Got a
Mm.
lot of people throwing out that word, but it's not a protected word, so anyone can use it. You got companies that are using heritage on with livestock that aren't deemed heritage livestock. You got local small farmers that are using the word heritage for livestock. That's not actually heritage. So yeah, I'm just going to put that out there. But the good thing about it is this is why it's so more important that we have more direct relationships with our consumers. You only really need labeling when the consumer doesn't know who you are, right? So if you're doing like a farmer's market, it's always nice to have pretty signs, pretty stands, pretty presentation of your farm. Get just real quick. I just want to touch on this real quick. I better not see you out there with just coolers and a white table. Oh my goodness. No judgment, but like we can do better
Have
in
some
simple
branding.
ways. Put go buy that country cloth, checkered cloth, put that over that table. Come on now. You can even get a piece of a paper print sign. You don't even need a nice fancy sign. You can just print off a sign and stick it, slap a sticker on it and keep it on the table. Be creative. If you don't have that creativity, then go find people in your family or people in your network that are creative and can give you a couple of tips and just execute those things. We can do better, y'all. We do not gotta look like we are poor, right? Now, granted, hey, we are poor in a lot of ways, especially when you're farming, but you don't gotta look poor,
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, but going back to having that consumer relationship, it's so important. That's more important than any label. And so labels are a good way of maybe enticing people towards you, but not necessarily
Mm.
keeping them to you, right? So we're not worried about attraction as much as we're worried about retention. So many farmers are trying to attract everybody, but they're not really doing a good job retaining everybody because you can't, right? But focusing on a targeted audience that's going to have more of an interest, more of a buy-in to what you're doing, and selling them a quality product, no matter what your product is, in this case, pork, is really going to be to your best advantage. And one thing I get a lot in my DMs and in my emails from farmers is, what kind of pig should I get? And I get a lot of those. And I always say, well, it depends. What's your market? Should you even get pig? What's your market like? What does your
Hmm.
market want? Does your market want fattier pork? Does your market want whole hog barbecue? Does your market want charcuterie? What does your market want? And some of these people get pigs without even a inkling of a strategy as to what their consumers or potential consumers even want. And they end up getting the wrong breeds or
Mm.
the wrong production practices, the wrong grow out rates to be able to meet their clients' needs. And so before you even get animals, before you even get pigs, think about what your audience needs. Who is your audience? How many different audiences do you have? You know, the Muslims and Jews are probably not going to buy your pork. All right. So automatically, that's probably not going to work. But I will say that I have a lot of friends who do sell to Muslims and Jews, not pork, but lamb and
Oh,
goat.
okay.
And they actually, for a lot of, especially with the Muslim community, they'll sell them live,
Hmm.
right? Oh, I ain't got to worry about processing no more because people are buying live animals. Say what?
That's a win.
So exactly. But it's about like understanding you live it with different cultures. It's not
Hmm.
just the American culture, right? There are so many other cultures within our communities, within our state, within our region that play a role in our food system.